welcome,
Hello.
one and all.
Hello.
We finally made it.
Howdy.
We are so sorry that we're late. Basically, Twitch in the UK, twitch.tv, is having major issues ingesting our stream. So basically what we do... Yeah, it's a terrible word, but it's the word they use. So they're having trouble getting into... getting our stream into their servers. And it's not just us, we've been on... What? you got a dirty mind. Basically, in the UK, they're having major issues. So it's not just us. There's loads of people on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Having loads
Twitter's
of issues.
Been really good for this actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, we'll get to this later, but
So we've moved to YouTube, just for today.
Can everyone see us?
Is everyone hearing us and seeing us?
Say hi in the chat if you're there.
Yeah.
Justin Bulmer, everyone else, Guitar Addiction, say hello if you can hear us and if you can see us. Let's see if you can hear the guitars. It would appear that we can be seen and we can be heen. We can be seen and we can be heen. Sounds almost
show
Scottish.
must go on.
We won't be beaten.
So I got a little bit stressed there, guys, because I was trying to fix it. So hopefully this works. We've never ever live streamed to YouTube, so hopefully the quality will be the same and everything. So anyway, let's get on with it. This is Guitar Hour, Season 1, Episode 4. I'm joined as usual by David Beebe.
Hi guys.
Yay.
Dave Bronze.
Yay.
And Sand Myth. The Myth of Sands.
Brave Dons.
Dan made us a red Thai curry this evening, which was very
Yes.
tasty indeed. And we kind of had a bit of a fight over how the rice should be cooked, but it ended up being alright.
it was
We're now,
ridiculous.
Cheryl, my partner, is downstairs scraping the rice off the bottom of the pan.
Oh,
actually.
come on, it's not that
The guy comes over, cooks us a curry, and then you're giving some busting his job.
No, it was genuinely really, really amazing curry. And if you see any of us rush out the door at any point, you know why.
It's usually me.
But it was fantastic. Thank you very much, Dan. Today we are drinking these triple Carmelite, which are provided by Mr. BB.
And recommended by my good sax playing friend John Melville.
These are Belgian beers, correct?
Belgians, yeah.
Belgian beers. So cheers, guys.
Triple K. Very, very nice.
It's like 8.4%, so it's quite strong. We need it after, the issues we've had thus far. So, as usual, guys, before we do anything else, let me point you to, this is always the hardest bit of the show, the backing track poll. http ://strawpoll.me 717-0854. If anyone wants to post that in the chat, that would be very, very useful indeed. Get that posted in there. And you can go to that website, have a look at the backing tracks. We've got 4 backing tracks on there. We think we know which one you're going to pick. We think.
yeah.
Okay.
We think.
It's going to be interesting.
We hope you don't pick it, but we think you will.
I think if that one does get picked, I think that's quite a good.
That's why I found.
It's because none of us are really that great at that style.
Sorry?
None of us are.
Say that again, Dan.
None of us are that great at that style.
Bullshit.
Yeah, just.
Anyway, you'll see when what we mean when you go to the check out those backing tracks and you'll see what we mean. So yeah, have a look at that. We were supposed to be doing a giveaway today, but unfortunately I have to sadly tell you we can't because the giveaway only works on Twitch. So we can't actually do the giveaway, I'm afraid, which is a real bummer. So sorry
We'll have
about
to roll
that,
it
guys.
over.
Well, we will.
Massive mega roller for the next show.
So what we'll say is, provided Twitch is working, which it absolutely should be by the next time we stream. We've never had an issue before, but this is the first issue ever. We will be doing the giveaway, and we are giving away one of Dave Bronze's truly fabulous albums. If you've not heard Dave's album, it's absolutely astounding, and I mean it. It's phenomenal from a compositional and playing perspective. And we're also giving away David Beebe's T-shirt.
Hey.
But we'll do that next
BB
time.
not included.
David Beebe not included.
Maybe not included, no.
Unless you pay us a lot of money, in which case we'll ship him to you. So yeah, that's the competition. Sorry we can't do that, guys. Next week we're not streaming. I'm on holiday. In fact, the next stream will be on the 6th of April, is that correct? Which is a Wednesday. Wednesday the 6th of April. So check out the Guitar Hour's Facebook page, which is facebook.com/the Guitar Hour, and you'll find the stream dates in there. Okay, so on the next stream we're going to announce our extremely special guest as well, which we're not going to do just yet. But he is a true guitar hero of the highest order, and he's going to be joining us live via Skype. Unfortunately, we can't fit him in this studio.
No.
He's too big a name. We can't fit him in the studio because he's too big a name. We can't fit his name in the studio. But he's a really big name and an amazing player. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll be announcing that on the next Guitar Hour. We're also going to start doing podcast versions of this, so audio-only versions. Now, people seem to get a little bit worried that we'd be, for some reason, stop doing the video stream. This is an addition to the Guitar Hour, so we'll always be doing live streams. It will always be free. The podcast is just an addition. It's an audio edition that you guys can get, again, for free, using iTunes or using any podcasting
Just
app.
whatever, it's Android, iTunes,
iOS.
whatever.
There's one called Acast, I think. And if
What, an app?
Yeah, and if you can have like links that pop up and stuff. So if we're ever talking about a specific bit of gear, that link can pop up
Right.
in the thing. But I mean, we can look into that.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, podcasts. Yeah, that's about it. What we'll do first is I want to do the news, guys, as usual. So I want to show you something really cool. In order for me to do this, I need to make it a bit bigger because we are actually downsampling our stream from 4K, so I need to make this a little bit bigger. So let's get on with the news. Okay, so with me really close up to the window here, or to the screen, let me just move to the desktop view. I want to show you this. This is super cool. I'm just going to make the stream windows minimized. Okay, so basically today I found out about this amazing piece of software called MuseScore, and I found out about it via a guy called. I've got brain failure now. I do this all the time. What's his name? Bob Reynolds. Sorry guys, utter brain failure. And I was looking around, no one could help me.
I was just couldn't think there for a second.
It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't Dave
Burt
Burns.
Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds. So Bob Reynolds, basically Bob is a great sax player from, he was originally around New York, I think, and he was playing at like the 55 bar in various different places. But Bob lives in LA now and is doing various bits of work out there. We're going to talk about Bob later on actually a little bit, just in terms of our pick of the week for various different reasons. But this piece of software, MuseScore, you may notice that it says free download. This is basically, in my opinion, as fully featured, within reason, but pretty much as fully featured and as good as Sibelius. Now, if you know anything about Sibelius or Finale, you'll know they're massively expensive. This is free, and it also says Windows 10 there. This is free on any platform, so if you've got an OS X-based device, like a MacBook or a Mac in general, you can download MuseScore on there as well, and it's totally free. It's a great app with masses of engraving features and scoring features. Full tablature in there as well. It's got a full synthesizer engine built into it, so it'll play all your different instruments if you're doing orchestral scores or jazz lead sheets or whatever. So I thought this was a great thing to know about. None of us had heard of it until today.
No.
And
Is
I'm
there
going
any?
to get it.
Is there any big thing between this and Sibelius or something?
Not for most people.
Unless you're using like real, like in
Power
Sibelius
Bob
stuff.
Reynolds is using this for professional work.
Right.
So that tells you everything you need to know. And also they have some great tuition videos as well for getting started, because if you've ever used Sibelius, like I've used Sibelius quite a bit, it's a bit of a pig to use until you know how to use it.
You need to
I
get
hate Sibelius.
shortcuts down.
You need all the keyboard shortcuts. This does the same thing basically. So MuseScore is amazing. You all need to download MuseScore now and tell them where you found out about it. So send them an email saying, "Oh, we heard about this on the Guitar Hour."
Yeah.
But
Burt
MuseScore,
Reynolds told me.
except I shouldn't say that, should I? Because Burt Reynolds is the source. So tell them that Burt Reynolds sent you. Not Burt Reynolds, Bob Reynolds. You've ruined my brain. I've only sniffed the beer and already we're on to Burt Reynolds. So Bob Reynolds, Jesus. First we have the issues with the stream, and now this is all going to pot now. So yeah, check out MuseScore. And also check out Bob Reynolds' YouTube channel, which I'll probably show you later on, but you can check it out whenever you sort of go on YouTube and type in Bob Reynolds. So, that's the news. Let's move on from there, and we will do Dan's challenge. Anyone else got anything they want to announce, by the way, before we move on?
No.
Before this stream descends into complete madness.
I announced that I'm quite scared of Dan's challenge.
Right,
I'm scared of the dance challenge.
Dan is
And
going
he's made it.
Dan is, we've been told we need to start a barbershop quartet. Dan is going to explain his challenge for this week. If you've never seen the Guitar Hour before, which I don't know because of the way YouTube notifies my subscribers that the Guitar Hour has gone live on YouTube, I don't know if we've got some new viewers today. Basically, one of the things we do is Dan gives us a challenge, a playing challenge every week. Now this one is something else. It's just mind-blowingly crazy. So Dan's going to give us this challenge now.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
It's
This is like an offshoot of two different things.
when we were talking about the whole deck of cards idea, and having one deck for limitations, so you might turn over a card and it'll say 5 fret limit, so you can only play within 5 frets. Then you might turn over another card, and that's something you've got to put in. So it might be a certain technique or a certain lick or whatever. So we're kind of just doing the what's the opposite of limitation?
Not limitation.
The not limitation bit.
It's a
So
good
stuff,
thing you're here,
stuff
Dave.
that you have to put in. So an addition, we'll do go with addition. So stuff that you have to put in. So it's either going to be a technique or a player. So a player's name might come out, and you've kind of got to try and sound a bit like them over a certain backing track. It's like a cross between that card game. Oh, it's a cross between the crazy Japanese game show thing
With Paul Gilbert and Marty
Marty
Friedman.
Friedman and some Japanese guitar players that I don't know. But they do a kind of thing where one of them will say Gary Moore and then point to the other one, and then they've got to play Gary Moore lick, and then that guy. It's like horse basketball.
It's like what? Horse?
You know horse?
No. Anyway, let's not worry about what a horse is. We
Anyway,
haven't
We
got
haven't
time.
started it then.
All right.
Just practicing.
Oh, is that like he's dropping the one that's going
Do
to
you want to go first? Is that you've just
So-
nominated yourself?
We've-
Well, go on then. go on
We've got this ZZ Top style back. It's like one of these. And I already think I'm out of tune. I might need to borrow your tuner. This is just complete carnage. This guitar hour is a complete. Very
sorry.
interesting.
We're all a bit stressed from the pre-show.
It's like
pre-stroke.
it's like shopping at a different supermarket.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't know where any. We've never done this on YouTube before. So hopefully, like,
We keep nervously shuffling these.
I think you might have to not shout, but you might have to be quite forceful with telling us, just so the guys on the stream can hear what it is.
Yeah.
Because obviously the backing track and stuff is fairly. Well, it's not loud, but it's
I'll
So
just shuffle them now.
By the way,
draw
Dave.
top each time.
Yes.
at certain very small. Sorry, I thought it was mine. At certain very infrequent points on this backing track, it moves from A to F sharp minor.
Okay.
But you'll hear it, hopefully.
Who cares? If not, I'll just persevere and it'll be
Yeah.
jazz.
Okay, so Dan's going to shout out what he wants Dave to do an impression of. Yeah, these are just so for the stream. So Dan and Dave are using Thomas Blug's amp ones.
Yeah.
In terms of tone, just so we know what's going on, Mr. BB's using his pedal board, which has got a timeline, a dual fusion, and an ego compressor and a Wampler tumnus. It's a Wampler advert. Straight into my Axe-FX 2, and I'm running my pedal board, which has got a Empress compressor, dual fusion, and a Boss DD500 into my Lady. So now you know what's going on tone-wise. So we're ready?
I feel like Gambit.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
You just want to carry on as normal and then.
Wish us luck, people.
Turn the card. Card number 1. This is BB King.
So that was BB King.
George Benson.
George Benson. Oh, it's got to F sharp minor. That's what I'd have done as well. Oh, hilarious.
Do one more.
If there's enough.
Eric Johnson.
Oh, I know.
Oh, God. Wow! Well done, Dave.
That's a good place to stop as well.
Good luck, Mr. BB. I'm terrified.
Eric
I'm
Johnson.
terrified, man.
Oh my God.
Pinch harmonics.
Harmonics.
I mean, it's.
I wish I got that one.
Tapping.
Tapping. Woo! Woo!
I'm
Oh,
down.
dear. god, I'm terrified.
Steve Vai!
That's the one.
Santana!
Oh, Santana.
I don't know what he does. Oh no, hang on.
Major Six.
Oh, that was it. Let's keep going. So,
You're back in on Santana.
right, I'm back in again.
Santana. It's just like, he just does the Major Six in my head.
I'll do that. Woo!
How do you do that?
Uh-oh.
Van Halen!
Can't believe it's happened so much. It's good.
Oh, I can't do it in a shot. Right, Stan's go. I'll pull the card.
Who's it?
Ingve Malmsteen!
Oh, yeah. I should let me do that. Oh, yeah.
Double stops. One more. Okay. String skipping. Right, Mr. Bronze, well, you can pull the cards.
This is pretty scary. Oh, hybrid picking.
Hybrid picking. Let's do like 2 more each.
Oh.
Django Reinhardt.
Django.
Yes! Oh, right, Mr. BB.
Harmonics.
You get all
Harmonics.
the easy ones this time.
Oh, sweet picking.
Oh, few. So glad I didn't get that one. Alright, last time. Woo!
I'm trying to think who's left.
Who? Oh, God.
What's left?
How many did he get? 2.
Oh, legato.
It's a set. Do you think I'm the deck?
Kirk Hammett!
Oh my God! Oh, I can't make it out too.
Yeah, death threats, mate.
Triple picking.
Is there one more? No?
I think we're done, aren't we? Are we done?
Done it.
Man, that was absolutely an utter. Oh, did you want another go, Dan?
That's alright, what's left? What do we. What
Joe
do we do?
Satriani or...
Oh, good, that was fucking over.
Paul Gilbert
Paul
and
Gilbert.
SRV. I'm so glad I didn't get SRV. Damn, that was stressful but hilarious.
That was
It's got, I mean, it can be added to as well, you know what I mean? You can
my
always put
favourite
more
one
names
was
and
when
stuff.
you got Yngwie Malmsteen. That made me happy.
I needed a
Oh
while.
no, you having Django. That was great.
Yeah, but Joe, especially some
Dave
three
did.
fingers.
Just amazing. Hilarious. So, do you know what? I think that's so good that we should do it every week. I think that's phenomenal. So, hope you enjoyed that, guys. So, what we'll do now is we're going to get into our main theme. So, again, for the guys who've never seen the Guitar Hour, by the way, whilst we're doing this, that straw poll there, get to that website. I promise that's a legitimate website. You're not going to get any weird malware or anything if you go to that website. http://strawpoll.me 7170854. Get voting on the backing track that you want us to play to at the end of the show. There's 4 backing tracks on there. Again, we think we know which one you're going to pick, but we're not sure. We hope you don't pick it. Because we don't want to play it, but it's fun. So, we're going to move now on to our main theme, and for this week's theme, we're going to be discussing something that is definitely relevant to all of you out there. So, let's go to the main theme now. Okay, guys. So, is everyone's volume rolled off? Yeah. Okay. We've just got noisy speakers going on for some reason. So, I always get Dave to introduce our main theme because he usually thinks of it. Is that all right? If you introduce the main theme.
So today, just we were going to talk about is your mobile phone killing your creativity? So it's kind of the thing, isn't it? Like we all love our mobile phones. I love, my iPhone, and certainly there's loads of positives to it. So I've got loads of cool apps on it. Largely, these 3 guys I've met through Facebook, through social media. And I use my phone for all sorts of things, practicing, broadcasting. But we were just chatting, weren't we, about the downsides of the phone. So, to me, what one quote I came up with is like, social media is like being on a page 1,000,000 of the worst novel ever written, and yet somehow I can't stop reading it.
You've got to say that again. That's just amazing.
Being on social media is like being on a page 1,000,000 of the worst novel ever written,
So
and
good.
yet somehow I can't stop reading it. So yeah, it's just like, you find yourself kind of wasting time. So the big question is, with mobile phone, do you own it or does it own you? Are you the kind of person that when you put a post, you go back and check how many likes it's had
How much
and stuff like
validation
that?
you've had.
Yeah, and like, because you do get like a nice feeling, don't you, if loads of people like your post and seeing what you're doing and stuff like that. But the question is, do you kind of, are you like me and you find that a bit kind of addictive? The other thing is like, when there's a lull, are you the person, do you get to the stage where like, if there's ever a lull in the action, you just think, oh, I'll just check my phone. So if you stood in a queue, if you're in between ideas, are you checking your phone like all the time? It's like, what I find now is there's just never any time where you can just kind of stare out the window and just think and contemplate. And so that's my main thing about just noticing personally for my creativity, is that I'm finding that that Facebook and mobile phone stuff kind of gets in the way, because you just don't have any time to think and like hear music in your head. Because instead of like getting music in your head, you're just hearing, you just start checking your Facebook feed and stuff like that. So basically,
The noise that we're hearing, a really, really big noise downstairs. It's actually my subwoofer.
all right.
So I was watching a movie and my subwoofer's actually coming through the floor.
The Fox
So
fanfare.
apologies
I
about
thought
that.
the house was falling.
I did as well for a second. Yeah.
So basically that's what we're going to discuss. Is the mobile phone killing your creativity? I think as well, personally, I think being permanently available is really bad for your creativity as well. And if you always got your phone on, people always think, you're never switched off. That's really bad for you, especially like kind of if you don't ever.
Keep talking. All right, keep talking. I'll be back in a second. I just need to sort that out. It's too loud.
So yeah, being permanently available, and the mobile phone does that, doesn't it? So what I think is really important is to create space. So like in a band, so we're all musicians. Like if the drummer's off, the whole band's off, right? So
By off, do you mean not?
If he's not on it, if we're not in time, if
I
you're
mean
not,
like offers in, if he's not there.
If he's not there,
He's
yeah.
not even a day off.
And so I think what I've found is really helpful is just creating space so that you can kind of create rhythm in your life, and so for me that involves kind of switching my mobile phone off. If I'm doing composition, I switch the Wi-Fi off, I switch my mobile phone off, so I can really focus on thing hand. Otherwise, I just get the notifications pinging up, and it kind of I never
It's just
get
like a little
anything
distraction,
done.
isn't it? Little.
So one way I do that is like I only check my Facebook stuff at predetermined times.
So
Like
you almost give yourself office hours almost.
yeah, because I don't know. Do you guys like find yourself you just check it all the time, like, and you realise you've checked your phone like 37 times in 1 hour?
It's just
Yeah.
it becomes like almost a nervous tick. Just something you do. It's just like
I daren't tot up the time as well, like in terms of like if I actually worked out how much it'd be.
You need an app on your phone to find out how much time you spend on your phone.
There must be something like that.
I was joking.
oh, hang
Oh,
on.
yeah. But so,
chicken and the egg kind of thing. going on
Exactly,
there.
yeah.
so well, I suppose that's the challenge, isn't it? Like, and I guess you guys are going to talk about
Yeah.
what you've done. Personally, what I do, because I'm a family guy, I've got a wife and kids, and one thing we've talked about is just when the kids get in from school until they go to bed, like so 4:30 till about 7, we put our phones like in the kitchen. So if it rings, I need to answer it, stay in the kitchen, then leave it in there, come back, hang out with the kids. And if the kids catch us on our phones, they can charge us, they can fine us £1 every time.
Ah, that's good.
So yeah, so
Swear
that's
box almost.
yeah, like swear box phone. Just because I'm kind of like aware of just how addicted we get to the phone.
I think it's
So,
worse if you have some kind of what's the word, sort of tie to the internet. Like obviously you're selling lessons and stuff off your website.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can go right. I'm just going to go completely internet free. It's kind of more. There's more weight on it for guys selling albums and stuff than there is on.
Yeah.
They're not. I said not like the average person that is just using it for Facebook, Twitter. That doesn't rely on some kind of financial. They don't use it for business.
I think there is, but I think as well, I feel like you can almost deceive yourself into thinking, oh, it's an emergency, or I've got to be doing this now. And like my wife really challenged me on it. It's like, do you have to be on it now? And like so at the weekends now, I try and just like shut the computer off.
It's incredibly hard to disconnect. I remember because I'm gonna talk fairly soon. I've just got a mixer in the way. I can't see what we're doing. I'm going to talk fairly soon about what a fairly drastic measure I've taken with my phone. It's not that drastic. It's not a permanent thing, but I remember when I rented a cottage in a place called Kirby Lonsdale, which is a really beautiful part of Yorkshire and near the lakes, basically in the UK. It's a really beautiful part of the world. And I took my laptop and my phone, and when I got to the cottage, there was no internet at all. There was no mobile phone signal. And I actually remember walking with my dog to the tiniest, like the furthest corner of like a huge field, like soaked. This was in September, to try and find a bit of signal just to check my emails during the course of a week. And it's the kind of thing you do. And my reasonably drastic measure now is because I was finding that I could be doing in the middle of anything, something really important, my phone beeps, and my phone beeps a lot. I'm getting constant like messages and notifications on Facebook, loads of emails every day, some of which I have to deal with, some of which are not so important, but you always, and you guys probably find this, it beeps, and whatever you're doing, you stop and you take note of this. It doesn't matter what it is, this takes precedence for some reason. We've trained our brains to do it. So I've actually switched off the Wi-Fi and data connection on my phone permanently. When I say permanently, I don't mean like I phoned my service provider up and said, can you permanently please delete the Wi-Fi ability and the data on my phone. I've not done that. I've actually physically switched them off. So should I need them, and the only time I've found over the last week or so that I've needed them is when I've done a drive where I need the sat-nav and it's downloading map data. Other than that, it's amazing how much more I get done having this on sort of silent mode, literally silent mode, so it cannot notify me of anything. Because if anything happens on Facebook, this will go off, and wherever you are, if I've got this here, it's always within, your phone is usually within sort of at least 6 feet, if not more, less of you. And you've always got it, your iPad's the same. If you've got a cellular iPad, which I do, an iPad with a SIM card in other words, it's always going off and you get notifications all the time. Whereas with my computer, I remember, and we talked about this a little bit before in the Guitar Hour, before the Guitar Hour, how Facebook launched an initiative where you logged in one day and it said, do you want system notifications to appear within Windows? And I use Windows now. Now the OS X guys, you and you, that has been system-wide, yeah, the better looking people in the room. That has been system-wide for quite a few system updates.
It does my head in
Yeah.
for years. I really hate it.
And actually, unless you know how to switch it off, it's quite hard to do. You have to go into the settings of into the system preferences, go into your accounts, and then remove Facebook. And the other thing is, it's so it just intrudes on everything. If like for me, for instance, this is going to sound terrible. I've got like 5,000 friends on Facebook. I don't know, something like 16,000 followers on there. I know, I knew that was coming. And what Facebook does is, if I add Facebook to when I have a Mac, if I add it to OS X, it adds everybody's calendar details, all their birthdays, all of their events, to my calendar. You should have seen my face when that happened. Like, I looked at my calendar and it was just unbelievable. I just couldn't see anything. So I've decided to basically remove any mobile devices I have from the internet. And this is now a phone with useful apps like Drum Genius and metronomes and ear training apps and all that kind of thing on. That still works, but I do not connect it to the internet.
So that's been quite recent. Have you noticed the change at all?
Vastly.
So
Have you
what-
noticed
what's
the
been the
habitual
benefits then? What's
So-
the pros and cons? That's what I want to know.
Okay,
What, is
well,
it
the
a week
cons
you've been
are
doing
initially it's a little bit like going cold turkey, except only when you're away from the house. Because the beauty of it is you can go and check your emails whenever you want to, whenever you need to, and this is where your scheduling thing comes into play.
Yeah.
Because I can go and check Gmail or I can go and check Facebook, but I have to go and check to see if I've got anything. I'm not being constantly bombarded and told check this by my phone. You know, you've got a message, you've got a comment, you've got whatever. I have to go and look. So that's one of the benefits. The slight downside initially is you do get really itchy, kind of like, oh, what is there anything new to look at?
Well,
But
just on an example of that, like that, I don't need to say what it's about, with the post from the other day,
Mhm.
that had like 300 and something comments, which means 300 and something notifications for you, right?
Let's not talk too much about that, but yeah.
But that is a, and that was all in the space of
Yeah,
4 hours.
that
So you're getting
drove
300.
me. It drove me almost to the point of mild depression. I'll be honest, and I'm not ridiculing. You know, genuinely, I had a real hard time with it because it was just going off constantly. So it's like you can have a debate with somebody and it's over in half an hour or an hour. This was a bombardment for 3 days non-stop, and that was actually the tipping point. And I don't want to talk about it, but it was the tipping point that pushed me over the edge to say I'm going to switch my data off. And that evening I went to my brother's house for a curry, and he cooks these incredible curries, and I relaxed the entire night. I didn't look at my phone. I placed it in my coat pocket. It never beeped once. Just didn't even factor in my brain. It was amazing.
I feel really challenged, like, if I go out now, to just switch it off, or put it, you know, like, so I'm not even tempted to look at it.
It's that thing where there's two main times when I've seen this. A couple of people in the band are very like, if we go to a restaurant, it's like, oh right, what's the Wi-Fi code? Instantly, before they even looked at what's on the menu.
Well,
like,
it's
what's the
this,
Wi-Fi
isn't it?
code?
It's this. You all, you let's say this is in your coat pocket. You all sit down at the pub or at the restaurant or whatever, and everyone takes the phone out and puts it on the table. And I can't remember who said it, but I read a Guardian article or somewhere, an independent article, where whoever wrote the article was saying that these now we consider them more important than friendships, because what we do is we sit in a circle with each other, and the first thing we do is we put these down. Now if I'm talking to you and this beeps, I stop looking at you and I look at this.
Yeah, it's like who's gonna, because your phone's face up, you see the phone face up, and everyone sees it beep, and you're like, is he gonna answer it?
Well, you never put it
Who's
this way
gonna-
up, do you? You never put it face down. You always put it face up.
And it's like, and then you're thinking, right, who's more important right now in this situation? Is it the phone or is it me? And then it's the phone.
But then I want to introduce Mr. Bieber here, because obviously what we're not saying is that social media is bad, and the experience that you have with it depends on how much social media is wanting to interact with, and what stage you're at with social media in terms of how it affects your career. So you've got some interesting insights at the moment with what's happening with the Guitar Hour and other things.
Yeah, so it's really obviously fascinating and perhaps good warnings for me to heed. In that, I mean, I certainly have a far sort of fewer Facebook friends and.
Warnings, young traveller.
And so at the moment I'm currently beginning the path of trying to build a presence online, and I'm wondering how much how far, you know, in terms of the issues that you all have with it, would you do it differently if you were starting out again, say, or like from scratch? In terms of, I mean, on a very small scale, I'm getting lots and lots of notifications over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Some of it I've sought out myself.
Give me your phone. I'm going to turn it off.
It's off.
No, I'm joking.
It's on
Still
airplane
there.
mode, and it's because last week we ran really long, so I'm keeping an eye on the time with a really useful
35
app.
minutes, yeah.
So
we've got about another 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and
5 minutes.
So put into good use. So I'm just wondering whether, like, and I actually am enjoying it because I've always, my nature really is a little bit more reserved, and I'm not necessarily massively outgoing and sort of like be loads of friends and stuff. So it takes somewhat of an effort for me to even online be socially active, and so I just wonder how much of it would you guys do differently? I guess, like Tom, I mean, with you being a big factor in your business, and is that something that you feel a conflict with, like in that you need to?
Yeah, very much so. And in actual fact, Wayne McMillan, who's a very, very good friend of mine, a great guitar player, right, it's difficult if you've got a business page, you have to be in a position to respond quickly. I would say that's true, except that we seem to have created this scenario in our mind where, and I get this quite a lot, if someone emails me, and only on Facebook does this happen, if someone sends me a text message, they don't expect a response immediately. If someone sends me an email, they don't expect a response immediately. If someone leaves me a voicemail, they don't expect a response immediately. But for some reason, if someone sends you a message on Facebook, and I think it's the fact that Facebook tells people that you've seen the message.
Yeah, they can see when you're online, you can see when
Now,
it's been
obviously,
read.
there's a big difference between me having time to look at the message and then having time to respond immediately. And often I'll forget to respond to messages as well because I might be in the middle of, like, say for instance, yesterday I received about 15 messages during the day, and I was filming all day at Lick Library, and then I might have a 4-hour drive, and then by the time I get home, it's like, I don't know, 11 p.m. Go to bed, wake up the next day, I've got another 15 messages, so the ones that were there before, I've forgotten about.
Yeah.
And Facebook is it's really interesting because we use it in such a way that we conduct our lives on there, but we want people to respond to us immediately, and it's all very, very instantaneous. And that's just not how things work in real life.
No.
Yeah.
And what it does is it causes stress within us. Like, I get stressed by the volume of things that I have to reply to, and other people get stressed because they're not getting the reply that they wanted quickly enough. Why are we all stressing so much?
Culture is like we still like this technology and is very much in its infancy, and often technology advances faster than our culture and etiquette can keep up with. So social norms can't change fast enough to respond to how incredibly quickly technology is advancing. So I'm wondering, is there like in your what you resorted to in terms of shutting off the data and Wi-Fi on your phone is I personally think that's quite an extreme. But obviously
Mike
it's
Walker told me to
effective.
do that a while back.
Did he? No, that's very
He
interesting.
didn't say. He said what you should do is have sort of 2 hours in the morning, whatever time. Sort of say you did 9 till 11, and those 2 hours, you make it known to everybody that is likely to contact you that that's the time where your phone's off, that's the time where you're busy, that's the time that you are in maintaining radio silence for those 2 hours.
He is a very, very, very intelligent man, and I think that's very good advice. The other thing I would say is, people, I think we talked about this a little bit before, people worry that if they switch their data and their Wi-Fi on their phone off and then they go out, someone might need to contact them really
I missed
quickly.
something.
Well, the people that would really need to contact you that quickly
Phone you.
would be on your phone and would be able to phone or message you.
Yeah.
Like if somebody, like for instance, I don't know, I can't think of anybody within my circle of people who would need to contact me within, let's say, a couple of hours or an hour, that wouldn't be able to if I switched my data and Wi-Fi off. Everybody else can wait a few hours until I get home and check my emails.
I think we deceive ourselves into thinking that stuff is an emergency.
Absolutely.
And I think it'll be very interesting to see how you get on with switching data off. I mean, I do that thing of switching it off in the morning between about 9:30 and midday, because that's when I do my composition. I just have to do it, and I just go on now and again. But the other thing is, like, instead of going on your phone, like if you know you've got something boring coming up, like you got to go to the dentist or you got a long journey, take a book, listen to some new music.
No, I need to read more.
Do you know what I mean?
Buy
Like-
books and then never read them.
Like you read loads, don't you?
I did. I'm not much recently. But
He's
yeah,
on
I have.
Facebook all the time
I
now.
don't-
Since
I
the
don't-
guitar hour, we've
I don't read
ruined him.
anything.
Yeah, you don't read it. Yeah.
Is there like a happy medium we could find out, like in perhaps trying to, like, in fact with the phone, for example?
So that's
you
the
could
last point, by the way.
Sure, yeah. Knows. So could you shut off just the audio and the badges and then so when you go to it,
Badges.
so you know you get little red badges.
Badges.
Oh, badges.
Badges.
Thought you
So
said
like, you know the
badges.
little sort of notification
Yeah.
things and so turn off. You still get the notifications, but you're not aware of them until you next look at your phone.
There's an interesting thing actually.
What's
Darren has basically mentioned that if you put this is a nice little tip actually, if you put your phone in airplane mode after you've received a Facebook message, you can read it but it doesn't go through as being read,
Oh.
which is a neat little trick which I didn't know anything about.
Darren,
Great
you
advice.
win today's
That's
prize.
fantastic. Thanks for that,
Check on
Darren.
your
So-
wife.
Awesome.
Should we finish with a challenge and then we'll review it next week? See how
Okay.
we got on.
Yep.
Should we
go
do
on.
it?
Well, not next week.
What
But
show?
the
the
next
week after,
stream.
the next show.
April the 6th
So
is
what's
the
the
next
challenge?
show.
Well, you're already on it, so we'll see how you got on.
I think mine's to use it more. I mean,
Yours-
I'm like I've got to be. You know,
So-
it's like
So BB's going to use it more, see how he gets on.
I'm going to live on Facebook.
My challenge is I'm going to switch it off every morning between 9 and midday, be super strict, and when I'm out with the family, I'm going to switch it off as well.
That's
I'm trying to think what mine would be really. I think it is just not just flitting from one thing to another. It's actually sitting down and doing
More
something.
ironing jams.
More ironing jams, yeah.
I was going to see if I could just show you guys, just to show you, just to prove the fact. If I go to the webcam,
More done creatively, because is the mobile phone killing creativity? Have we got more creativity done? Have we had more quality time?
So what I need
Do
to,
stuff.
I've pretty much in between tomorrow and Saturday, I need to do some serious work on trying to design a flyer for the next ball that the band are putting on, and I think I might just switch all the internet. I mean, it's hard to switch all the internet stuff off because I need to look at YouTube videos as tutorials for stuff.
yeah.
But phone definitely.
Let's do it.
Okay, so
Hot topic.
we've run over by 2 minutes and
It's
40
like
seconds.
the
We have
Guitar
to
version of burning our bras. Switching off.
That's it.
we have to fine ourselves £2. What, £2.45 because we've run over. So what we're going to do now is we have this section called hands-on. Basically, we're going to do some playing. So let's do the hands-on section. There's no transition for that. So what we're going to do this week is, in a minute, I'm going to let. Oh, there is a transition. That was weird.
Does it have audio?
No. So you can still hear us, guys.
No.
So sorry about that. For some reason that took ages to load. That was bizarre. This guitar hour is proving to be quite strange from a technology perspective. I don't know why. It's normally a lot smoother than this. So yes, in a minute I'm going to let Mr. BB introduce a tune that he's going to play for you that he wrote, which is really beautiful, actually, really nice tune. And then we get onto our backing track poll, the straw poll that you guys hopefully are voting in. At the moment, I'm amazed.
It's not gone the way I hoped. Oh no, wait.
Don't say that because you'll influence the vote. No, because people don't know. Just
I have
Don't-
no
don't
opinion.
don't give anything
Ah.
away. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, it's up to these guys, not us, which I can tell you is play over. All right, guys, so get voting on that straw poll, http://strawpoll.me 717. Let me move my leg in front of it so you can see it. 7170854. By the way, someone pointed out, I think it was Darren again actually, the names that are above the stream, you can't read them. That's because I didn't get a chance to adjust the camera properly so that you could see them. Normally you can see them a little bit better, but because we had issues with Twitch and I was stressed, I didn't get a chance to adjust things properly. So just in case you have only just joined the stream or you've never seen it before, I'm Tom Quayle. Hopefully if you're on my YouTube channel that was obvious. David Beebe, Dave Bronze and Dan Smith.
Hello.
I nearly said Sam Smith again. So Mr. Beebe, would you like to introduce your tune and explain where it's from, so on and so
Sure.
forth? Give us a story.
So, in coming up with something to play on this, I just went back through things. I haven't written anything guitar specific in a very long time. So I've gone back to an old, about 13, 14 years, sort of a Satriani style ballad that I wrote back sort of in college, back when I wanted nothing more in life than to be Satch and Vi's love child.
Didn't
And,
we all want that?
and so blatantly ripped off like very sort of Satriani-esque ballad. And so it's
You're
called.
putting it down though. It's really good.
It's
really good.
It's, all right.
It is beautiful.
It's,
Actually, it's really nice.
simple, but so it's called Selena's Song, and it's
It's about Selena Scott.
no, it's
That's showing your age there, mate.
So I wrote it for a little girl that was daughter of a lady that my mum worked with that was really ill at the time, and I wrote it for her, and just when she was in hospital, and
Nice.
yeah,
I like it even more.
So I do it.
All right, guys. So just check your tone,
So I
Mr.
don't
Beebe.
normally I don't play like this as much anymore, really. So it's been interesting trying to.
Disclaimers.
Disclaimers again. I always do the disclaimer. We're allowed
I don't-
one disclaimer
okay.
each.
It's alright.
Okay, that was my disclaimer then.
Okay, because I always give a disclaimer before I.
You're gonna
Alright.
love this, guys.
Where's my sound?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I'm sabotaging him.
Ah, there we go. So,
Okay, because I had to mute everything because we were very noisy.
oh,
for
this
some
is
reason.
sorry. One thing. This is Ninja Badger. If he's in now, I don't know if he is with the Twitch issues.
I haven't seen him actually.
Is he not? Oh well, I'm sure he'll watch it back at some point. But he's been hassling me for years and years to actually play this. And
Well, his name might be different on YouTube,
Yeah,
so
so,
if you're there, Ninja Badger, let us know that you're there.
Like a weird seance.
Should we all light candles?
Ninja badges in the room.
Oh, badges again. What's going on today?
Go.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Mate, that is superb.
It's great.
You got some fantastic comments as well. I've got to read one of them to you. Steve Ozone is a comedy genius. Where did he put it? Oh, this is lovely. Made me do a sex week. There's some great. You want to read the comments afterwards? It's great.
Cool.
Wayne McMillan, even his wife likes it. So just hope you enjoyed that tune, guys. That was
Thanks, Wayne's
absolutely
wife.
beautiful. Just beautifully played. And also lots of compliments for your tone. David Miss BB always gets compliments for his tone. He's always got an impeccable tone. By the way, lots of people ask about this. That Ibanez is completely stock. You're going to go out of focus, but and if I switch to the webcam, I just realised that we lose audio.
Yeah.
So sorry. Maybe we could post picture of it on the guitar.
Yeah. People seem to
Facebook
comment on
page.
it a lot. It's like the paper thin, old battered thing in the room, but it's like
Completely stock, isn't it?
yeah, it's 25 years old now, and it's everything is
It's
stock.
older than me. What was the tumbleweed for?
And it's
I
got.
was trying to
I mean,
do
it
the maths.
was pretty beaten up when I got hold of it. I may have talked about this before, but the neck. It was left in the garage for a number of years, and the neck ended up like a banana. So its nickname is Banana for that reason. So,
Oh, you actually nicknamed it Banana?
yeah, so
Nice.
it's Banana. So I had a guy sort of sorted it out and refretted it, and it's. I mean, the only thing I don't like about it, the neck profile is not exactly. I do have a gem that rarely comes out, but the profile.
Do you only bring it out under a full moon?
I only bring the gem out when no one's looking, and then they draw the curtains.
He once turned into a werewolf, and the beard was the only bit that didn't go after the moon had gone down.
So, but yeah, it's stock IB. I think IBZ like.
Those are old school IBZs though, because in the 90s, what year was that?
91.
91. Because
Yeah.
they did change to some different IBZs. Those are USA made pickups, aren't they?
Yes.
So
IBZ.
someone else will know the history of that better. But anyway, it is all stock. He's not changed anything on it. For some reason, it just sounds. I mean, Ibanez sound great anyway, but it just sounds phenomenal.
I've got an
It's
idea
all
for
in
the
the
show
fingers,
season
mate.
too.
It's on
That's
the
exactly what I
fingers.
was about to say.
Finger tone.
Fingers. Yeah, I'll talk about that later.
Well, at some point, I know what you're going to say, so we'll leave that for another
Yeah.
time.
It's a bit mild,
Um,
yeah, that thing looks
I
amazing.
just love the tune, to be honest. Great tune.
Cheers. Thanks.
Love music transports you. That's what I love.
Thanks, Mark Palmer, by the way. Oh, by the way, Mr. Palmer, congratulations on your new house.
Yeah,
It looks phenomenal.
proper MTV cribs.
My word, yeah. We expect to see a tour video or something, or to be invited around for a housewarming party. I want to see my old guitar again. All right, guys. So it's that time again, where basically, if everyone wants to make sure the volume's rolled down,
Sorry,
if it
it's
is,
been my,
okay, that's fine. I will just briefly mute you guys again, so that you're not making any noise, noisy beasts. You guys hopefully we have been voting. At least some of you have been voting in the backing track poll, and I'm intrigued now to refresh this and see what's won.
Yeah,
This result.
Right. So there we go. So you guys have been voting in the backing track poll. We had Luca Mantovanielli's B minor Greg House style backing track. We had a country rock backing track in A, which we were convinced was going to win.
Yeah.
Just because it was something different, and we've all been kind of like checking it out beforehand just to see.
Well,
'cause- oh yeah, actually.
we're going to spring it on you.
Whoops. Then we had a hip hop groove in E minor, which I wasn't massively keen on, and then an up tempo and Satriani track. The Sat tracks never win, and they're epic.
Well, that's why I thought I'd do that one. Then.
We've already had
We've already had
style.
it. That's really take.
So actually, the winner is Luca Mantovanielli's backing track, which is great because Luca. If you don't know Luca's playing,
great player.
what have you been doing? He's ridiculous. This is Luca. Probably should have put this on before we jump over it, should I? So Luca's a phenomenal phenomenal player from Italy and a super nice guy. Plays Fibonacci's as well. He's got a Roadmaster very similar to mine actually, with his cool logo on the 12th fret. It looks great. A beautiful guitar. Has a great tone out of it. Always, Lucas. He's just got the whole package, hasn't he? He's a great player, great harmony, great
Is
tone.
this one diminished thing that's...
He's got many diminished things, but he does do this one
Do you know
diminished
what
thing,
I
which
mean?
is... I know exactly the one you mean.
Fastest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The diminished scale's hard enough to kind of phrase with. So we will be playing over this B minor, this B Dorian kind of funky backing track for you. It's a pretty long backing track, so we won't play over the whole thing, 'cause it's like 15 minutes long. It does, though, just one quick caveat. It's not a disclaimer. It's a caveat. It only stays on B Dorian. It doesn't go anywhere else. So we're going to be playing B Dorian for quite a while. So apologies for that. If you, just one thing I was sort of thinking of actually, guys, and we didn't really discuss this beforehand, but hopefully the guys won't mind too much, and we can always ignore it if we don't like it. If you find any cool backing tracks you'd like us to play over, let us know. Send us a message on the Facebook Guitar Hour Facebook page, because we always spend ages looking for backing tracks, and it might be quite nice if you guys know of some cool backing tracks.
Just anything quite accessible, not anything freaking giant steps or 26
don't send us like giant steps with one beat on each chord.
Yeah, it's not.
That's not funny. That we're here
social,
to have a good, we're here to have
social backing tracks.
So yeah, exactly. Be kind. So yes, that would be quite nice if you want to do that. So yeah, we'll do some playing. Just check.
Yeah.
I'm just going to unmute you guys. Just check your tones. And again, before we do this, let me just reiterate again. Normally we do this stream on Twitch. Now, actually, I am massively impressed by how this is working on YouTube, and I like the level of chat and stuff that's going on. It's great. So we may start at some point transition this permanently to YouTube. We'll have to discuss it. But Twitch failed miserably to, I'm going to use the word again, ingest our stream. And I use it because it's the technical term. So Twitch just failed miserably this evening, so sorry about that, guys. So we're on YouTube, but obviously some of you guys may never have seen the stream before. So this is basically, the Guitar Hour is our chat show about guitar with lots of playing, lots of jamming, lots of discussions about whatever, and we have a Facebook page which is www.facebook.com/The Guitar Hour, just as you'd expect it to say. It's not the Guitar Gower, it's the Guitar Hour.
Richard Langard.
Get bored of that joke now.
I didn't see that.
It's my lousy logo design skills. I wrote the Guitar Gower. But every week, we're actually streaming next on the 6th of April, but every week we end up playing over a backing track that you guys choose. So this is the backing track we're going to play over today. So, any preferences for who starts? I think I started last week.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm going to move on a bit so we... There we go.
Aggressively funky.
Yeah, probably wants to be a little bit louder. Woo!
Although it's my turn already. We've coined a new phrase. Flutterfunk. Yay!
It's like, no words. Just melted face.
Come on.
Oh my word!
I'll do it again.
What is going on?
Dave needs a thimble.
I don't know what I'm doing now. I've lost them. So I'm surprised myself.
Wow. What? What?
Oh my god.
I don't know. No advice for you at all. Whoops.
So you don't say we need more guitar. That's mad.
Oh dear. Hilarious, hilarious.
Cool.
So I hope you enjoyed that, guys.
So a little
That
bit
was our-
frustrated from the Twitch.
Well,
issues.
when it descends into, we're getting brute force and energy coming out. So, that's pretty much it, except we do have two questions. Okay, so we got these two questions still with. If you want to ask us any questions, guys, send us a message on the Guitar Hour Facebook page, or you can put it directly on the Guitar Hour Facebook page as well. It doesn't need to be a private message. So Timothy Smith asks, autodidact learners more than ever before have access to a multitude of resources and music via online lessons, YouTube and music streaming. Do you feel that this is more limiting due to option paralysis, or a force for good, giving learners easy pathways into whatever they wish to learn?
You know, it was really amazing because I had to look up autodidact
Self-taught.
Self-taught,
Yeah, so I didn't know that, and then I laughed.
It's not a term we use in the UK at all, really.
No, but then I laughed at the irony as I was teaching myself.
Oh,
Autodidact. Meaning it-
I see.
is that irony? I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's kind of
Yeah.
irony. Yeah. What do you think, guys?
It's really hard for me to comment because I didn't learn. I learned in the pre-YouTube era.
Me too.
where,
Yeah, me too.
Where this is how old I am, man. It was like LPs. When I started playing guitar, records were just going out and CDs were coming in a big way. So I just bought tons of records and learned just by ear.
Right.
And I didn't have a choice. There's that, or the Hot Licks
The VHS.
VHS, which
The
cost
cheesy
at the time
intros.
£30, which is just like so
Yeah,
much
it was
money.
super expensive.
So I don't learn like guitar stuff much off YouTube really.
I remember,
Do you think
speaking
it's
of
too
that.
easy now? Like, it's,
No. I don't think this could ever be described as a. I'm probably wrong, but I don't think this could ever be described as a bad thing. I mean,
No.
to have access to all of this stuff is incredible. I mean, the level is just inevitably going to go through the roof, and it already is going through
yeah,
the roof. Some of the younger players you see on all instruments, it's incredible. I watched a video. I can't remember his name, of a Ukrainian, I think he is, drummer, the other day. He's about 12. Just ridiculous.
I think because when we were learning, like learning how to do sweep pick and stuff like that seemed like a bit of a magic trick, and nobody knew how to do it. Whereas now, technique is a given. Like everywhere you go, people can really shred.
Yeah.
I
It's,
think
it's almost like the technology is so good. It's like the technique is so good. It's just
I think the challenge
Is
now
that
is
it?
more a different thing where to get your own voice is harder.
Yeah.
Because a lot of when we were trying to work stuff out, you didn't know how to do it, so you worked out your own way of doing it, and that gives you a separate voice. Whereas now you tend, when I go on YouTube, I tend to think, oh, he's really listened to such a guy a lot, and but I could be wrong about that as well.
Possibly, again, without getting we can't get too deep into this conversation because we just don't have time, but possibly the excitement that I used to experience every time a new album came out, or every time, more so when the book came out that you could learn from. Like I still have, Dan and I actually used to have a thing when we first started doing the Guitar Hour, when we first started streaming on Twitch, we used to have one of the old tab books of mine.
on the
So I'd have
table.
Awake or like Falling into Infinity, or there was Passion and Warfare. Passion and Warfare's just there. Alien Love Secrets is there. I'll never get rid of those books. All the Dream Theater ones. The excitement I used to get from looking at those and finding out the magic that was happening. How did the magic happen?
Yeah. I used to
whereas
watch
these
the
days-
Paul Gilbert video like every day after school.
Yeah, well, this is what I was going to
You might
say.
not think it now, but you know the
Imagine-
one where he's got the pink guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like pulling a rabbit out of the guitar and sawing it in half. and all
Imagine
that.
this scenario. I had Images and Words live in Tokyo on VHS.
I've still got it.
And my brother videoed the Wimbledon final.
Oh
over the top of
yeah.
it. Can you imagine?
Oh
that
my
was
God.
heartbreaking.
Blue balls.
Mate,
please.
I've still got that VHS. It's really weird because I just saw it in my attic last
Right.
week. Mate.
I got it on DVD now, but
I've
It's
got
not
like
as good though, is it?
one foot in the past with the books, the tab books, and the all that learning that technique stuff. But really, as an experience of even as recent as like 5 years, I guess, since I've been really trying to sort my fretboard knowledge and changes playing out, I've only sort of experienced doing that through sort of technology and online resources.
Yeah.
And for what I meant to get onto earlier was the iReal thing, which I've talked about before. But that thing, without exaggerations, changed my approach to the guitar, and I certainly think that, I mean, completely turned me upside down. So, without that, I'm not saying it would never have happened, but certainly I've gone through two kind of big periods of guitar in my life. One sort of pre-internet days when it was Steve I books and the G3 97 VHS, rewinding it over and over again, and then more recently. So I don't think I don't know. Yeah, it's just maybe it's just a sort of like a discipline thing as well.
I was
Back
gonna
what we
say,
talked
the
about
I
optional
think
earlier.
you've
process
got to
there
know.
is just
You've got to know
discipline.
what you want to do. I tell you what is awesome now that we never had as kids learning guitar is you can actually go to said famous person and you can get a lesson off them on Skype.
and the beautiful thing is, so
Like-
can we.
Like,
We can do that too.
exactly, yeah. But I'm saying, like, for me, that's like,
Yeah, the
so I don't feel like I have to troll through YouTube. I'm like, oh, I really want to get better at this thing. I'll
to the
talk to the
source.
guy who
Well,
invented
I
it.
mean that relates to. Wait till you see who our special guest is in a few weeks' time. I mean, this could never have ever happened, and this the internet being what it is, this could never have happened.
Yeah.
We would
The
be
fact that
we'd
we're
be having a
doing
great
this.
time, sat in our room geeking out, doing jamming and talking about guitar and stuff. But the fact that you guys can get involved and you can watch this and it's totally free. You just need your phone, not back to phones again, but you need your phone or you need your computer or whatever, and then you can watch it afterwards. This, by the way, in case you were wondering, will be obviously archived on YouTube afterwards, so you guys can watch it after we stop streaming. So that's that question. I mean, to summarise that up, I think there are maybe some very small downsides to it that especially from our generation, we can maybe see, us even people older than us could maybe see, but if you're in that scenario where basically you've got access to all of that information all the time, I can't see how.
And you can hold your attention. I think if you can not be too tempted to flit around too much.
Looking what's next
That's-
or what's around
that's
the
true,
corner.
Yeah,
yeah,
because
like
I know when I was using iReal, I would just shut off for 3 hours at a time and literally just nothing but just read changes for 3 hours. And I don't know whether that's because I sort of got that foot in the past of like just shutting myself away with the vibe book for days and days, and I can apply that same kind of mindset but just to something, a new context. Whereas if you're constantly, maybe coming back to what we were talking about earlier with the the constant notifications and the buzzing you all the time, maybe it's harder. I don't know.
Okay. So let's move on to the second question. Chris Smart, I love the show. Great exercises, playing, no ego, etc. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One question: which mic or mics are you using? The stereo spread is excellent. And on good headphones, you get lots of nice special cues. I wonder what it means by special cues. That's interesting. Maybe it just means the way we're spread out, basically. This microphone basically is, if you guys have seen the handheld audio recorders that Zoom make, like the H2 and the H6, yeah, we've basically got one of those mics attached to a tripod, basically, which is a stereo XY pair, which means that when Dan speaks, in theory, he should be on the left-hand side. Or maybe the right. I don't know if it's the right way around. I think it's on the left-hand side.
Left.
Do your Barry White impression again?
Hello.
Yeah, and then when Dave speaks,
Hello.
it'll be roughly in the middle, and when BB speaks,
Coming at you right at the front.
and then if I kind of speak over here, I should be on the right hand side. So that pathetically boring demonstration just shows you that I don't know why we did that or why I did it. Yeah, we're using that stereo mic, so that's kind of cool. The reason we did that, by the way, is because we've tried various things. We've tried lapel mics and individual mics. It's a nightmare in terms of things like phase. It's a nightmare in terms of mixing things. We get problems with the guitars. We've tried the guitars direct. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
We've tried doing mics and then running the guitars into the sound card and muting the mics when we play. This seems to be the best solution. It gives us the best audio quality, the easiest way. There's no synchronization problems. The only thing really is that we could do with having the voices a little bit louder. The guitars are so loud. We play quite not loud, but we're fairly
Sounds
loud
a
in
lot
the room.
closer than the voices.
Yeah, that gives you a better mix basically when we play, because everything's coming out of one set of speakers, so you get a better mix from the guitars and the backing tracks. So that's why we do that. So hopefully that helps. So that's pretty much it. I haven't seen, unless I've missed them, I could have done. I haven't seen any questions in the chat, so I don't think. Let me just scroll up a second. No.
We do picks of the week, or we?
Yeah, we'll do picks of the week, and then we will finish with our
Wow.
finale.
We're doing good for time this week, boys.
Excellent.
We're,
That's good. So picks of the week. So what we do basically is at the end of the show we basically give you kind of I don't know, a little bit of a tip as to what we've been checking out. And my tip is Bob Reynolds. So go onto YouTube, type in Bob Reynolds saxophone or sax. Make sure you get that spelled right. And yeah, basically you'll find Bob's YouTube channel, and he's got some great playing videos. But his vlog, which I hate that word actually, vlog. His vlog is quite exceptional. Better than the term vlog would lead you to believe. He talks about basically Bob has a family, and he said runs a family. He has a family. I think he's got 2 kids or 3 kids, and he's a very good kind of session and gigging sax player in LA now. And it's really interesting him talking about his composition process, his practice process, his organisational process, and how he does that whilst on the video he's kind of feeding his child or he's taking the kids to school or whatever. And this is a serious professional musician. So his advice and the way he deals with time management is very, very good. So I can thoroughly recommend him. And I can thoroughly recommend his albums as well. They're very good. And they're also quite accessible if you're not into, let's say, you know, if you're looking at jazz, if you're not into Coltrane or if you're not into Chris Potter and some of these kind of more hard-blowing kind of tenor players, Bob Reynolds is a good way into kind of jazz sax playing. So he's a good pick. So you got a pick?
Yeah, another jazz thing. Julian Lage. Is it Large?
I think they pronounce it large.
Julian Large.
Julian Large.
Oh, that wasn't like
Large.
one of those moments. I just
No, I just mean it's Julian
know.
Large.
It's not
Not
large.
No.
Just because
No,
he's
he's
like
a slight
French.
guy. But,
Is it? Right.
anyway, his new album, Arclight, is bloody marvellous.
He's ridiculous.
I've got that as well.
Utterly lovely, honestly. And if you are aware of him, it's quite. I'd say it's quite different to what the other stuff I've heard from him. Really, I think
It's a definite mix.
He's playing a solid body, isn't he? He's playing
he's playing a Telecaster.
And the first tune actually, I was like, wow, this is different, and I absolutely love it. And he's obviously stunning playing control of.
Well, there's a video of him playing "Someday My Prince Will Come" with Martin Taylor,
Yes, Martin,
which
yeah.
is.
By the way, I just want to say thank you, Emmanuel, by the way, for that really kind comment. That was very nice. Thank you, Emmanuel.
So if you're not, if you haven't heard his playing, or if you're not into straight ahead jazz, this record is more of a mix, and it's definitely it's got some more influences to it, and it's a lovely sounding album too. Really, production's beautiful. Dave?
I've been checking out a lot of orchestral music this week because I've been practicing my chops on Spitfire Albion, which is an orchestration package.
Cool.
Which I can tell you about on another guitar hour. And I've been listening to The Planets by Holst, perennial classic, and a song Music for 18 Musicians by Steve Reich. If you haven't heard that, check it out, put it in your ears when you go for a run. It's an amazing sensation listening to that music while running. Steve Reich song for.
I'm just
18
intrigued as to how you ran when Mars was on and it was 5/4. Did you find that you had like
Forgot about
you had to
that
move
at the
one of your legs
moment.
twice?
Yeah, no,
Intrigued.
don't so much run to the planets, but Steve Reich, you have to hear it, but it's like your heartbeat and your breathing, like when you hear that melds into the track and it becomes part of the music, it's quite surreal and you feel like you're flying. Anyway, that's my top tip for the week. There you go.
Wow.
Have you got a pick, Dan?
I am going to recommend a guitar duo album called Hell Amongst the Hedgehogs.
Back to badgers and hedgehogs again. It's
Yeah, I
Watership
think it's
Down.
amongst the
Not Watership
hedgehogs,
Down,
I'll just
Wind
check.
in the Willows.
Hell Among the Hedgehogs.
That's the
Sorry.
one you told me about the other week.
Yeah,
I couldn't find
it's on iTunes somewhere. Yeah, it's Whit Smith, who is no relation. He's kind of like one of the leading sort of Western swing guys, but this isn't necessarily a Western swing album. It's him and a guy called Matt Monasteri, who is the guy I showed you that
You
time.
did, yeah.
He's on the Fretboard Journal on YouTube, one of those videos, and he's playing.
Phenomenal channel, yeah.
He's playing like an old Eddie Lang tune, just really sophisticated, like playing like just the right amount of kind of class without like getting too over. You know what I mean? Like he's playing old tunes, but with a bit more vocab. It's not straight out bebop, but
Okay.
yeah, some good shit on there.
So the name of the album one more time?
Hell Among the Hedgehogs, Whit
Okay,
Smith
cool.
and Matt Monasteri.
How old
Okay.
is it? Sorry.
How old?
Is it relatively new or is it-
2012.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say those guys are not. I mean, Whit Smith's been around for a while, but Matt
They're not like
Monasteri
old
is-
guys.
No,
They're still,
no,
you know,
right.
still going.
All right, guys.
Cool.
So that's it. Thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. Thank you for your patience earlier on as well. If you were with us on Twitch and you know things weren't working for you, which obviously they weren't working for us, I apologise profoundly. We managed to move to YouTube, so thank you for coming along with us. For all the guys who are new to the stream who've never seen the Guitar Hour, thank you for joining us. Make sure you go to twitch.tv/Tom Quayle. So my name, Tom Quayle, so twitch.tv/Tom Quayle, and you can basically follow the stream there. If we end up streaming on YouTube again because Twitch is still broken, you guys should, if you're a subscriber on my channel, get a link to the stream anyway. But if you're not and you want to subscribe, obviously subscribe to the channel and that'll get you a link. You know, it will notify you when we go live. If we stream on Twitch, make sure you press the follow button underneath the Twitch stream. So again, www.twitch.tv/Tom Quayle. Press the follow button and make sure you enable notifications, and Twitch will tell you when we go live. Fingers crossed it'll be working. But I have to admit, I've quite liked YouTube.
Yeah,
It's been
I mean, we'll
cool.
have to watch it back afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check
you
it
know.
out and see how it's gone, see what the quality's like.
Next week, of course, just mention again, I guess.
Yes,
So we're away next week.
Yes, thank you very
No
much.
stream next week.
So our next stream is on April the 6th, which is a Wednesday. We normally stream on a Thursday. So, right guys, we always, for the guys who are new,
So excited.
Mr. Bronze wrote our theme tune, which you probably heard. If you saw the beginning of the stream, you'll have seen our little video intro, which I put together, and Dave did the tune for it. And
Hella badass.
it's awesome. So we're going to play it. And someone takes a solo every week, and it's going to be me this week. It's definitely going to be Dan next time. So I've said it now. It's going to be Dan next time. He's going to play a solo on it. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoy this. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Once this theme tune's over, we will say goodbye, and then the stream will be
Thanks for
done.
watching.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you next time. Goodbye. We will see you next time, guys. Thank you so much for watching the Guitar Hour. Bye.
Never gets old.